This is a feature that I really wanted to make part of this show. It's called Community Corner. Because, yeah, okay, us comedians, us jokesters get up here, right? But it's time that we hear from the real people in our community. And I can't stress enough the reality of this person in our community. So, yeah, I guess we're just going to give it up for them. Yeah, Yoki, you can hit the next slide. It's give it up for Dynamite Steve Billingsley. Steve, are you back there? Oh, that's normal and not... Oh, okay. Whoa!
Ho! 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 Ho!
This.
Ho! Hey, everybody, I'm Dynamite Steve Billingsley. How y'all doing tonight? Thank you. I came out here tonight to answer a question that's been burning on most people's mind. I'm sure it's been on yours as much as it's been on mine, because I care about it deeply. I'm here for once and for all to settle the huge question that presses our society. What is parkour? Have you heard of it before? It's not quite professional wrestling, it's not quite martial arts, and it's not quite breakdancing. But we try to add what we can from each discipline. Now, before we get into the who and the why and the what, maybe you want to know a little bit more about Dynamite Steve Billingsley. So let me tell you about myself so you know my credentials. First of all, I'm 5 foot 7.5 inches, 145 pounds, and 38 years of hard steel and sex appeal. I got the 6th-degree green belt in karate, the 8th guap orange belt in taekwondo, and the 2-time participation medal in the receiver in the Tampa Bay Amateur Jiu-Jitsu competition. Also quadruple divorcee. That's not where it stops. I'm also 7 DUIs in, 9 fractured vertebrae, 1 restraining order from my second wife, Tina Radzivill, for sending her autographed collection of John Claude Van Damme memorabilia on fire. 1 useless degree from RISD in art history. And of course, none of my original teeth. Now, why am I so passionate about the art form that is parkour? Well, it has a deep, deep history that you should know of if it hasn't been taught in your public school curricula. Going back, before I get to that, I almost forgot another important detail about myself. You may have heard the name Steve Billingsley, because when I Googled it recently, I found out that I am not, in fact, the Richmond, Virginia man who was sentenced for his role in the Capitol insurrection. No. If you know anything about the January 6th, you would know that they could probably have learned how to hang from a 6-foot-inch ledge by their fingertips. Not a somersault inside, no. Oh, and why do they call me Dynamite? Well, there's a lot of reasons for that. I've been a stunt man for about the last 32 years. Been in a lot of your favorite franchises, including Mission Impossible, and of course, John Wick, and Fast and the Furious. Because of my petite, demure, and angular features, I've often been cast as a stuntman for the female lead. But, it doesn't matter. I also think we need more screen time for the men playing the women who are getting run over by a car. Now, why specifically do they call me Dynamite? Well, not too long ago, I was strolling down the street when I was struck anonymously by one of Elon Musk's self-driving Teslas. And it destroyed my knee cartilage permanently, but he replaced them with a highly advanced AI technology. The only downside is that when I wake up in the morning, they pop so loud it's like a sonic boom. Now, my deep attachment to parkour. Ho, ha, hey, ho, hey, ho, ha, ha now, parkour.
That looks really cool from here.
Oh, you probably should also know the slogan of parkour, before we continue, is in fact, when I say parkour, you need to say, we want more. Can we do that? Parkour.
We want more.
Parkour.
We want more.
Parkour.
We want more.
Oh, you want more? Hi, hi, ho, 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 hoo, hiya. That's
rules.
Now, my deep devotion to parkour comes from my. I've already created a monster I can't control. Going forward, my deep affinity for parkour leads back to the history of it. I'm not sure if you're aware, but today is quite old, as many of the martial arts are. Now, is it an unnecessary risk? That is not true. Is it an attention-seeking, desperate move for people to want you to pay attention to them? Also not true. Is it a death cult that does not care whether they live or die? Also not true. That's because all three are true. Speaking of the history that I've alluded to previously, what you may not know is that parkour as a discipline was originated by one man. He was a 19th and 20th century French naval officer named Georges Hebert. This is 100% true information you can find on the parkour Wikipedia page, by the way. On May 8th, 1902, he witnessed a catastrophic volcanic eruption on the island of Martinique, where he must have realized that the only thing that could have saved these people was like diving through windows and jumping off parking garages. But it led him to coin the phrase, be strong to be helpful. And that's what we do by doing that little like dangly thing where you grab both arms under like a fence post and hang your legs up sideways. That's extremely inspiring to people. And there are three principles to parkour.
We want more.
You already forgot. You already forgot. One more time. Parkour.
We want more.
Parkour.
We want more.
Oh, you want more? Okay. Ho, ho, hey, ha, ho. You want more? Save it for later. Okay. Physical training is the first principle. Heart, lungs, etc. Mental training, energy, courage. And again, this is 100% legitimately from the parkour Wikipedia page. Ethical behavior, including but not limited to altruism. That is exactly a guiding principle of parkour. Because it's not just about the cool backflips that we do along the way. It's the friends that we make. Now, something you may not realize is that George Hebert, despite all the cool side flips and wall running, his entire college was destroyed during frontline fighting in World War I. And all of his coaches were killed. And you might think that was the end of it. But here we are today. Parkour?
We want more.
Parkour?
We want more.
I gotta give my knees a rest, so we'll get more in a second. But I know. You might be saying, well, Steve, we've heard that parkour has a dark history tied to it like most things. The fact that it was influenced by some dubious characters. Mr. Hebert did in fact take influences from Paul Carton, a physician, who once said that original sin, hell, and Christian sacrifice is central to his medical worldview. And he held to the idea that hell should be earned, that pain was a purifying role. And let me just say right now, that anybody that does not have oblique abs will not be permitted into the kingdom of heaven. There was, of course, also Pierre Coubertin. You may know him as the founder of modern Olympic sport. But he was also once said that women's sports are impractical, uninteresting, and unaesthetic. Not an applause I expected. And of course, there was also Friedrich Ludwig John, a gymnastics instructor who was later credited as being the inspiration for Nazism. But you know what? Parkour is ready to move on. It's ready to move on through its legacy, from its terrible legacy, into the future. Because the modern practitioners of parkour have no such dark history like my good friend Jackie Chan. Never, as much to my knowledge, has Jackie Chan said or done anything that is even remotely questionable or dubious. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I did not mean to include that in the person. Parkour? Parkour? Okay, here we go. Oh! Oh, yeah. Back on stage, man. Hey! Ho! Let's go. Now, what are the guiding principles of parkour? You might ask. Well, it comes down to these three things. These three simple, well, maybe not so three simple things. Number one, no complaining. If you misjudge a jump between Papa John's and a Domino's Pizza Hut, whatever pizza chain it is you're jumping between, and then careen through the alley, bing, bang, boom, down into the dumpster and break your neck, that is your own fault. It is not the fault of parkour. It's because you did not train properly. Number second, no bragging. None of what we do is for public attention. And number three, of course, near nudity. Again, this is taken directly from the Wikipedia page of parkour. And this is it's just dudes hanging out. Dudes hanging out. And that's exactly why. Oh, we're going nearly nude. Nearly nude. Nearly nude. This is the way parkour was meant to be practiced. This is the way it was intended by God. And I swear to all of you, if you disbelieve, you're going straight to the abyss like that fucker from before. Now, what are the rules of parkour? Oh, what are the rules of parkour?
There have to be rules.
Oh, there are not! No! Oh, parkour?
We want more.
Parkour?
We want more.
Oh, you want a little bit more? Ooh, yeah. Now, you might be saying, how do I get this peak male physique? Let me hear it. Peak male physique.
Peak male physique.
Peak male physique. That was not what I said. Peak male physique. Peak male physique. How do I get that peak male physique? Peak male physique. What does it take? Let me walk you through my routine. 6 a.m. already awake. In parkour, we sleep 3 hours a night. Always be ready. You never know. You never know when Vin Diesel might drive a car through your living room. 6 to 6:30 stretches. Keep. Oh, you heard that? No one did. All right, good. Oh. Next, meditation, self-talk into the mirror. Mostly negative. I say, you Huggins, look at yourself. Look at what you're doing to yourself. You took off most your clothes in a place you've never been before. You're staring at a bunch of strangers. They're staring back at you, trying to not look you in the beanbag. 7 a.m. 8 a.m. First workout, 400 push-ups contiguously. And then 400 sit-ups. You think I can't do it? Parkour?
We want more.
Parkour?
We want more.
Here we go. Count for me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You get the idea. Breakfast. 81 athletic greens and a hard-boiled egg suppository. You gotta get it right up there. Some people say raw, but I say you got it. Man created fire, and you gotta cook something before you consume it. 8:30 a.m. Cold water plunge. Followed by, of course, 9 a.m. hot water plunge. Then, of course, 9:30 lukewarm water plunge. And of course, then 10 to noon, shape of water. Favorite movie. I wish I had the abs that secret you're at. New one. Second workout, 10,000 micro movements. I'm gonna do 9,000 for you right now. No, you couldn't even see them. 1 p.m. lunch, AG1 and amphetamine enema. Something I can't stress enough is that the idea that all food needs to go through your mouth is backwards. That is propagated by the medical mainstream institutions of America. Every orifice is a open game, baby. Parkour.
We want more.
Parkour.
We want more.
Ooh, you don't get more. You haven't earned it yet. 1:30 to 4 p.m. non-stop sprint. Where am I going? I have no idea. But I'm going, baby. I'll go through the wall. Next up, more self-talk. This time positive. You know what? Why are you so hard on yourself? That's Dynamite, Steve. Why are you so fucking hard on yourself? Why are you always just shitting on? Nothing you do is easy. Nothing you do is easy, man. The reason your voice is so fucked up is because you swallowed a blasting cap on the set of Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Michael Bay had to give you tongue to tongue just to stop the bleeding. Nothing you do is easy. Nothing you do is easy. Nothing you do. All right, we're back. We're back, baby. Parkour. Parkour. I don't know if I do. Okay, let's keep going. 4:30. Answer emails. I got a lot of questions. People are like, what's going on? And I just say, I'm sorry. I've been training from an ex-fam. And then, of course, 5 p.m. dinner, beef tartare, seasoned with AG1. Does anyone know here what AG1 is? Yeah, if you listen to podcasts, you do. It's a thing that's it's a dietary supplement that's heavily advertised on podcasts. Okay.
It's for sad men.
Yeah. Me? Sad? Never. We already covered that. Mostly positive. And then finally, 5:30, 3 a.m. staring in silence till I'm crying myself to sleep. Because we only need 3 hours of sleep a day. And that's the bottom line. But before I go, but now that you're all so, would you all like to engage in parkour? Would you say you want more? Parkour, you want more? Parkour?
We want more.
Parkour?
We want more.
Before you get so enthusiastic about how much more you want, just be aware that there is a heavy toll to parkour. There's a heavy toll. And we've lost quite a few of our most important figures this past year. Of course, there's Ralphie Tech Cyber Wilson. February 2023, fell off the roof of an Olive Garden. Broke every bone on the way down. Then, of course, there's Julio the Snake. April 23, backflipped so hard he slipped into an alternate dimension. That's how cool he was. Then, of course, Ilana Frostway, May 2023, collapsed from exhaustion replying to Reddit comments about how women can't do parkour. It's a task to fight sexism every day in every way, you know what I mean?
We want less.
Less
sexism.
Yeah, that was the whole point. Finally, Dyson Sphere. Overdosed on AG1 athletic greens. That bit is probably lost on people who don't know what AG1 is. Before we go, do you have any questions about parkour? Anyone questions about parkour?
Sorry, can I?
You've been talking a lot about parkour, and you did some earlier, but could you do some real parkour?
I'm out of here! Oh, hey!
Give it up for that guy who was definitely there on January 6th.